because they were dead in the water with no one being able to put the ball in the basket.
And in a night where Paul Pierce has not been hitting shots, 5 of 13, and is clearly struggling with that bad knee. Rondo catching fire. Another turnover. Here comes Petrus at the other end. Good fake, and he gets the 2 on the reverse. They have completely wiped out a sizable 12-point Atlanta lead. Rondo scored 6 of the last 8. And Boston closes the third on a 10-0 run. What about the Celtics? If they win, they eliminate the Hawks. We go to the fourth. Atlanta holding on to a 2-point lead on TNT.
Turnovers and bad decisions. I mean, you can't turn the basketball over in that type of situation. Boston's too good. They capitalize every time.
And you know you can't let Rajon Rondo get started. You kept him quiet most of the game, but all of a sudden 6 quick points here. What's changed there?
Well, we got to do a better job. We had turnovers and bad shot selection, and then we inbound the ball and made back decisions. Can't do that.
Thanks a lot.
Here we start the fourth quarter. Rondo is picked up by Green on the perimeter. What about the way the Celtics, Reggie, have hit buzzer-beating shots at the end of each quarter tonight? At the end of the first, Garnett hits a 3. At the end of the second, Rondo hit a 3. At the end of the third, Beatrice hit a 2. And that swings momentum. It has clearly captured this game with the Celtics just 2 points away from tying, and they could possibly take a lead on this possession.
Larry Drew talking about those turnovers. 15 turnovers for 23 points for the Celtics. Really hurting the Hawks here.
What about Atlanta? They've grown cold. They have not hit from the field in over 5 minutes.
Well, now it's time to get back that rhythm with Joe Johnson.
Whistle and an Atlanta foul, another turnover. 14 turnovers for Atlanta. Smith down low picks up his 4th personal foul as we take you to our TNT Arena and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Updating you on the Chicago Bulls and the Philadelphia 76ers. Chicago trying to stay alive, but Lavoy Allen cans the jumper at 16-12 in the first quarter on NBA TV, and still to come tonight here on TNT. The Lakers at home against Al Harrington and the Denver Nuggets. Al Harrington wearing the mask. Didn't really like it the other day, but the team says if you want to play, you got to wear it. You'll see it later tonight here on TNT. Back to you.
Thank you, Ernie. Right there we saw Teague move up from deep and take it inside and even over Kevin Garnett. He hits the shot. He was patient with that shot.
Yeah, not settling for that three-point shot, using the teardrop. Rondo, you have to shoot the basketball. Now a little give and go there with Kevin Garnett. I know you're trying to find Ryan Hollins down low, but Ryan Hollins is not a shooter or scorer. You're evolving into one, especially if you're able to score 6 points in 51 seconds to end that third period. Look for your offense.
Ray Allen hits a 2. That is where in this series he has made his money, coming again to within 2. The Boston Celtics on a 12-2 run. Last 4.5 minutes. First points of this half for Ray Allen. Here comes Dampier.
What Paul Pierce has done for the evening. Hasn't looked fantastic in this second half.
It's Teague working on Allen. Knocked away by Garnett, picked up by Rondo. Good transition defense by the Hawks. Oh my gosh, what transition defense. No one accounted for Hollins, who snuck from behind and slams it down.
I'm telling you what, Rondo has some swag. He saw that all the way live in transition right there.
And points in the paint now has changed its complexion. Beatrice reaching in, picks up his first foul for the Seas.
Look in transition. Rondo, you've got Ray Allen, you've got Petrus, and he understands Holland is running right down the middle, and no one picks him up. And I like the reaction by Rondo afterwards. Like he meant it all along, walking away.
Rondo in the game has 8 assists, and 6 have come in this second half.
And that's why I think he's knocking on the door to be an all-NBA player. I know it's going to be either Chris Paul or himself to join Kobe Bryant on that first team.
Irvin Williams has come in for Green. That's kicked. 9:31 to play here in the fourth quarter. If Boston wins, they advance. If they lose, we've got a game 6 in Boston. And for a team with the age that Boston has on it, Reggie, they want to get as much rest as possible.
Absolutely. We talked about the injury to Paul Pierce as T steps on the baseline there, or the sideline, excuse me.
It is a fine line that a point guard wants, whether to be aggressive or whether to be a facilitator, and that is what Rondo, I think, is dealing with in his mind every time he brings it down the floor.
Well, it depends on the makeup of your team, too. He understands he has 3 future Hall of Famers that are struggling tonight offensively, and he recognizes he's got to be aggressive offensively. And that's exactly what he's done here, really in a span of about 3 to 4 minutes.
Rondo's got 13. Boston's up by 2. Under 9 to play. Josh Smith, 3 of 13, fouled on the play. Hollins reaching in, picks up his 4th personal foul. Rajon Rondo, 13 points, 8 assists. And I think that he is now taking it upon himself, with Pierce out, as you say, now to get a little bit more offensive with his game, and that he has done.
From which I understand is available to come back in this ball game.
Tracy, you just heard that on that Boston sideline, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and Paul Pierce is still available. That's what I was told, but he has remained at the end of the bench even during the timeout. So it looks as though they're going to try and win this one without him, guys.
Well, another thing was interesting. He doesn't have any heat packs, hot packs on that knee to, try to warm it up. He's not stretching at all, trying to loosen it up, anticipating coming in.
The other night, he stayed on that bicycle.
Yeah.
Stationary bike, and tried to keep loose and limber. Here is Allen. Now Ray's got to step up. Rondo already has. Garnett sets a screen. Here comes Ray Allen with the 3.
Timely. That's exactly. Really hasn't shot the ball particularly well from 3. Just run a simple pick and roll action. Everyone goes to Kevin Garnett down low, which frees up the all-time leader in threes, Ray Allen.
That's only his 3rd 3 of this series. Now the Hawks the other way in 8 minutes. They've hit 1 field goal. They've turned it over 7 times. Here comes Josh Smith. He's working into the defense of Hollins and finds 2. Like we said, when he gets down low, he is tough. And late in games, he may be stationed right down there.
How about 2 guys gutting it out, even though Paul Pierce is not on the floor? Josh Smith with sore knees as well.
Pietrus for 3. Teague. Under 8 to play. Teague. This is for a time. Josh Smith now has picked up his game. Smith has got 11 points. He's hit 2 in a row. And Pierce is getting off the Boston bench. Shot clock at 7 for Rondo. Squirms inside. Rebound Hollins. Horford climbing on his back, and Horford picks up the personal foul, number 4 on Al Horford.
Back-to-back baskets here by Josh Smith. Just catches it in rhythm. Nice little 18-footer. A nice hot first quarter by Paul Pierce, only 2 points since.
Hollins at the line. And Reggie, we really don't know the extent of the injury to Pierce's knee. We just know that he twisted it at the morning shoot-around Sunday morning. He re-injured it Sunday night, and he had to give way to what was a spectacular game. Clearly tonight, not the same Paul Pierce. 5 of 13 with 11 points as Garnett leaves the floor. It seems like at all times, Doc Rivers leaves at least 2 of his big 4 on the floor. So right now you've got Pierce, Allen remains, but Rondo is remaining at the point.
Yeah, that's a nice move there by Doc Rivers, because he believes that Kevin Garnett will probably come back at the 6-minute mark to finish this game off. You give him a quick little break here while hopefully Paul Pierce can warm up.
Pietrus known for his defense. Johnson is driving on him. Horford outside. Boy, has Al Horford made a difference. He's got 13 points. He's got 10 rebounds. He's just a big body inside, which the Hawks have lacked the majority of this series.
And all starters now for the Hawks in double figures here.
Ray along 2. Horford trying to save the ball. It is off of Atlanta. And Dan Crawford, the official, was right there on the baseline to get a bird's eye view.
What hustle there by Rondo to give his team an extra possession here. That's a good call. Absolutely.
Brandon Bass has just checked in for Holland. 6.5 to play. Into Allen. Rejected by Smith. And Josh Smith the other way, finding Marvin Williams. And no one is covering Williams, and a timeout taken. And Atlanta, just like that, is caught up by 3.
Talked about the Hawks getting out in transition before the Celtics defense can set up. They eliminate the #1 seeded Chicago Bulls.
Atlanta's on an 8-1 run. Bass. That was over Horford, who collects the rebound. He's now gathered in 11 tonight with a good double-double for Al Horford. Second game back after missing 4 months with a torn pec. He throws inside here to Smith. Atlanta is in 4 in a row. Garnett, Pierce, Bass, Rondo, and there is a shot outside. Josh Smith has caught fire at the right time for the Hawks.
13 points, 14 rebounds for Josh Smith. A lot like game 1 when he had 22 and 18 and really carried the Atlanta Hawks.
And the trusty Garnett shot atop the key. So Smith has got 13, and Kevin Garnett has got 14 points and 6 rebounds for Boston.
Arm going back and forth between KG and Josh Smith.
Oh, and again, they let a big take it inside. Someone blew an assignment. And Al Horford got a laser from on top. It came from Josh Smith, who is doing it all for Atlanta.
He's messing around trying to get a triple-double, his 6th assist here. Talked about the 13 points, 14 rebounds.
5-point game under 5 to play. Rondo threw it away. Horford. They throw it away. Pierce corrals the ball. Rondo into Teague. Pierce. That's a travel.
Mr. Jambalaya, Josh Smith, the shot over KG, and then the missed assignment, finding Al Horford wide open underneath for the dunk.
Johnson is picked up by Bass. Joe Johnson.
From the field.
All the starters out there, and Allen. Bradley is on the bench. Garnett claiming the ball. He was hounded by Horford. Kevin Garnett now gives the Boston Celtics a deficit of just 5. That's the 5 on the floor for the Atlanta Hawks. Teague with the ball.
Because of the way the Celtics play defense, they're never out of it. Just under 4 minutes left.
Atlanta has hit 7 consecutive shots. Shot clock at 4. Joe Johnson. 2. Garnett claims the rebound inside. He's got 7.
If you're Teague, you can't gamble in the backcourt.
Rondo, Garnett, Pierce, and plenty of time with which to work. Paul maneuvering for an in-tight shot, and that's exactly what he got to fall. Paul Pierce with 13 points on a 6 of 14 shooting night. His first points, Reg, in the second half.
The team is so experienced. There's no panic.
Johnson. Smith lost the ball. Shot clock at 2. Joe Johnson. Rebound, Rondo. Rondo's got 10 assists and 13 points. 28 consecutive games with double-figure assist numbers. He gets another one. That's a big-time 3 by Ray Allen. ties the game at 83. 7-0.